kids going to college in the fall, kids trying to enroll in college in the summer, they were mandating it. In other words, you couldn't go to school. You couldn't even do online school if you didn't have a COVID vaccine. My daughter was starting college. And so I was having all kinds of people calling me under a panic. You mentioned hundreds of thousands. People in the military were getting kicked out. We have 2 military bases, more than that, but 2 main military bases in Utah, Hill Air Force Base and Camp Williams. So big Hill Air Force Base is huge. And a lot of people, if they wouldn't get the vaccine, were going to get kicked out. They couldn't go on deployment. They couldn't do that. So when that started happening, and it was from a lot of my patients and their families and extended families and, friends of theirs and everything else, I took a stand. And so I opened up a vaccine clinic and started providing vaccine cards for people that didn't want a vaccine. And I would do a saline shot on the kids when they were, underage, so that they wouldn't go to school and show their card if they had to. They probably never did have to. But so they, wouldn't show their card, and their friend would go, "God, didn't that needle hurt?" And, whatever. And so I just didn't want some 13-year-old kid going, "Well, I didn't get a needle, but I have this card."
We just got this card. No needle shot.
But anyway, that was, to me, the tipping point was the mandates. I was willing. I mean, look, I got shingles from a hepatitis B vaccine when I started medical school in 1989. That to me was an eye-opening experience. So always skeptical of them. I never got any more. I haven't had a tetanus shot. I haven't had any other, flu shots, nothing. Okay. Since 1989.
And you've been a surgeon for 32 years now.
Right? I've been I graduated medical school in 1993. And so training in military and, and everything else. Yeah. So 32 years. But I was just willing to just do the same thing. Just tell people, hey, I don't believe in them. I don't think they're the right thing for people to do. But you make up your own mind. But then when they started limiting what people could do, couldn't go to a restaurant, couldn't go into the hospital, you couldn't have surgical procedures done, you couldn't, you couldn't get on an airplane. There were IT guys that were 2,000 miles away from a government job who couldn't keep their government job, even though they never stepped foot anywhere except, typing on a keyboard in their own, home office. And I had half dozen patients that were denied transplants because they wouldn't get on, and they were just kind of like, I'd rather die than get a vaccine because I'm probably going to die anyway if I do get this vaccine. So, that was, to me, the mandates were, kind of the tipping point where I said I had to do something.
So were you not afraid of the patients that were coming in to your clinic, your vaccine clinic, and outing you, basically saying that, we're going to Dr. Moore and you don't have to worry about the actual shot. He'll take care of you.
No, I looked at this like I'm taking care. If you come to me as a patient, okay, and I go through and I talk to you and I tell you, hey, look, these are the risks and benefits of this procedure. This is the risk and benefits of not doing anything. I felt it was perfectly within my purview as a physician to do what it is that you and I agreed on doing. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
I'm not treating the world out there. I'm treating you. And if you and I make a decision to do something, now the struggle, I guess some people will say, is, well, you did fill out a card and you said that you gave them the vaccine and that you did this for them. And that's kind of a separate issue from the treatment side of it. And it wasn't going in their medical record. It's just the card that they were getting. And what they did with it and what they decided to do with it afterwards was not my, that's not my decision. If they're using it to show it to somebody else, or if they're just putting it in their purse or putting it in the car, or, or throwing it away, taking a picture of it and throwing it away, which is what most people did.
But as far as, I think what he's asking more so is, you weren't afraid of somebody reporting you. I went to Dr. Moore and he offered me a fake vaccine card. And for them to call the medical board or some other, local health department, report you as somebody that's not following the rules, quote unquote.
I wasn't really worried about it. And that's actually not how I got turned in anyway. No, I wasn't worried about the people coming to me were coming to me for that reason. So I guess if it's human nature or it's just part of our society, if they get caught.
Did you enjoy that clip? Click over here to watch the full episode and click over here to subscribe to the WiseNuts podcast YouTube channel.